Welcome to JC Stocks and Markets podcast for August 28th, 2022. I'm JC. I've been investing in the stock market for 40 plus years. I have made good trades in investment and some not so good. My intentions with these podcasts are to share my unique thoughts and opinions on individual stock and ETF picks with an emphasis on dividend-paying securities, which are my favorites. The idea is to share my thoughts and possibly give you, the listener, some investment ideas so you and I can maybe make some money. Not doing this for income, nor am I trying to earn any advertising revenue from anyone. I just enjoy doing this. I hope to share some chances to make a little bit of money along with you. During some shows, we may stray into other topics or news that affect the stocks or ETFs that we're discussing. That could include commentary on government politics, Federal Reserve policies, current events, or other general thoughts that just rattle in my head. The opinions shared in these podcasts are my own, and they're just that, opinions. I invest in many of the stocks and ETFs that are featured in the podcast, and I'll try to let you know if I have or will establish a position in these securities. Disclaimer, by all means, everyone has to do their due diligence prior to making any investment. These stock picks are no exception. Do your own due diligence, and with that, let's go make some money. It's been a couple weeks since I've done a podcast. I apologize for that. I was on vacation. The stock I want to look at today is Reeves Utility Income Fund, UTG. And as you know, I like to invest in dividend-bearing securities. Reeves is no exception. Right now, it's at about $32 per share, $32.35 right now. But the one thing I wanted to show you is the yield is at 7% at this point, and the beta is relatively low. We're going to look at a different way to invest in this stock. I have a large position in this that I'm holding for a long time because I'm using it to generate income. But I've got another perspective on it that I'm going to throw at you during this podcast. Let's dive into it a little further. As you can see from this graphic, the Reeves Utility Income Fund, it's a closed-end fund. It's a balanced mutual fund managed by W.H. Reeves. It invests in public equity and fixed incomes in the United States. It seeks to invest in securities and companies operating in the utility sector. It invests in dividend-paying stocks and debt instruments of companies operating across all market capitalizations. It has a wide variety of stocks and bonds in its portfolio. The Reeves Utility Income Fund was formed in 2003, and it's in the United States. To see what they hold, and I suggest you do prior to investing in a stock. There's the website, utilityincomefund.com, and it is a closed-end fund, and I just want to throw that out there. Closed-end fund is a fund that raises capital by issuing a fixed number of shares, which are not redeemable, and invest that capital in financial assets such as stocks and bonds. Unlike open-end funds, new shares and closed-end funds are not created by managers to meet demand from investors. And you got to be careful with these. They can be volatile in times of high volatility. But you'll see from the chart that I show, and also the beta that we talked about before, that this stock is pretty stable. This closed-end fund is stable, and it'll give you a pretty good return over time. But I've got a different way of looking at this thing. Let's go there. Next graphic shows the investment return. I stole this from their prospectus, and that's on their website. And you can see that the net asset value of the market price since inception basically increase at about 10% per year. That's really what I wanted to show you there. This is really what I wanted to show everybody. The Reeves Utility Income Fund tends to trade in a range, and if you look at the lines that I've got drawn there, you're looking at about a 10% to about a 20% increase per each one of those runs. I'm thinking this, if you really wanted to make some money, that you could trade this between 30 and 36, draw the 7% dividend as you go, and make a pretty good amount of money. But you have to chart it and watch it over time. I think you could make some money trading this thing, though, and I would highly suggest you do your own charting but this is a great way to make money. And you could invest in other stuff while this thing's coming back to its $30 per share range. Anyway, that was what I wanted to show you. And I think it's really tradable, and you could make some money doing this. 5 times, basically in 5 years, you could double your money plus whatever dividends you can gather from it. Pretty good return. I would think that that's not a bad way to go if you're a trader. I'm in it for the long haul because I'm up there in age, and I like the dividend. I bought in low, so I think I'm doing pretty well right now. I'm waiting for it to get up to about 36. I may scale back a bit, but I still like the divvy, so I'm going to continue to keep a pretty good portion of my investment in there, in the Reeves Utility Income Fund. Anyway, that was my thoughts on this one. Thank you for listening. I hope you got some good investment ideas out of what I've shared today on the Reeves Utility Income Fund. Enjoy the outro. It's a song called She's the One by a band I used to play in, Just One Goat. It has a lot of meaning to me, and the magic of the song really belongs to my bandmates. Thank you for listening, and we'll see you next time.
I know I'm not that beautiful, but I know my way back home. A loving girl is physical, but I never have to roam. Well, she's always there for me. It's simple, can't you see? She's the one. Oh, she's the one. Everything is magical, even when she's not around. No, it's not that radical, I just know what I have found. Well, she's always there for me. It's simple, can't you see? She's the one. Oh, she's the one. She's making my life so much stronger. God, let me stay just a little bit longer. She's the one. Yeah, she's the one. Yeah. Wasted all this time. She's the one. Oh, she's the one.